Hello everyone, this is Benjamin Yoder, OneControllerPort.com, doing a quick play for you guys. Snowboard Kids 2. Snowboard Kids 2 is a game that was pretty important to me when I was a kid. It was alongside Mario Kart 64 as like a top level multiplayer racing game. So it's very much kind of like a kart racer, but in snowboard form. I did not mean to do this, but we're just going to jump right into it apparently. I don't know what battle mode is. Let's not get into that. It's been a long time. I went to training. I wanted to go to battle mode is what I wanted to do. So, yeah, it's a 4-player game being on Nintendo 64. So I'm just going to go ahead and load up some save data here. And, basically, it's a pretty colorful cast of characters. I was a kid, always picked Nancy. I'm not sure why I always picked Nancy as a kid. I think it's because she's very trick focused, and we'll start with Sunny Mountain. That's like the basic course here. And you know, in addition to be able to pick your snowboard kid, you also have like 4 different outfits for them. These outfits are based off like the story mode. So we'll do the baseball cap, the summer outfit. So there's summer, winter, space, and I think Halloween, I think is that one. So, and then you can also select a board for your character. I have unlocked a bunch of boards here. Unfortunately, some of the boards become obsolete at some point as you get high-level versions of the boards and stuff like that. So, basically, it's pretty much a three-lap race for the most stages. You can see on the right side of the screen, you can see it's just like a straight line to see the map. And you can see how far each individual character is. And these little boxes right here is kind of like your Mario Kart item boxes. The difference is in this case is that these boxes actually cost money. So there's little coins on the track, and then as you can see, as I do tricks here, I'm also getting coins from or gold from doing those tricks. I think it's like 100 coins per item box. And if you don't have enough coins, I think either you hit the item box and fall over, or you just like bust through it. That's a new friend in the background. I don't think I ever noticed that. I'm not a big fan of using this wing because it's kind of slow. It's good for tricks, but and that's a very dangerous projectile because it leaves people frozen. So you have the threat of bouncing into them. What's interesting is the end of the lap here, you have to get on this lift. Only one character can get on the lift at a time, and then once I've sat on the chair and can go up, then it starts moving. So what happens is sometimes people just kind of like bundle together down there because they're all trying to get on the lift and they're like fighting each other, shooting things at each other, in an attempt to get on the lift. But there's like that time period, so everyone's like just trying to slam their face into that rail as soon as possible. So we might see some of that while playing. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm doing pretty alright. I am doing this. I would say this is probably like my best pairing of character, but it could also be difficulty is dependent on the stage. I'm not sure about that either. So it's a pretty lengthy game in terms of unlockables. We'll look at the story mode here in a little bit, but it's like 12 courses, and then I think an additional like 3 or 4 bonus courses. It's weird, the numbering goes from like 1 to 12 and then like 50 to 53. You would think to be like, oh, are there like that many courses? No, there are not. it just appears that there's a lot. So this is a pretty standard snow level though. You can drop this little happy rock behind me and maybe hit somebody. So yeah, see, she tried to get in, smacked all over the wall, and then you hear those little people getting smacked around. It becomes even more hectic later on when there's like, if you look at on the top of the screen, there's essentially 2 item boxes here. The red ones are projectiles that you shoot at people, and the blue ones are more like speed boosts, or things that are like will affect the entire course. But the ones in the red slot actually all pretty much act like projectiles for the most part. They all shoot forward, but the effects of them are different. So like you have a hand that slaps money out of people. You have a parachute, which is actually incredibly frustrating. Oh no, fell on the rock. because it basically causes you to get stuck on or be fly into the air and then like have to wait till you parachute down, and depending on where someone shoots you, it can take forever. If it's like the end of a jump, it's a nightmare because you have to go down the entire jump on the parachute basically. And there's like little pans are kind of like the lightning bolts of this game. The snowman basically just makes it so like, oh dang it, the snowman basically just makes it so the oh we messed up this last lap. Basically, you can't turn left or right when you're in a snowman form. Ghosts slow down the characters in front of you, but we might get third because of that. Yeah, but I lost. Rest in peace, Nancy. The starting cast of these 3 or 6 characters in the middle here. This dude I think unlocks after you beat the game, and then I think he's after some specials. And there's one more racer up here that I apparently never unlocked. It's like a dog dude or something. Spoilers. So go to the story mode here. Story mode's kind of interesting because you have like a little hub world that you're in. I guess we're gonna do expert. We may not stick in expert depending on how things go. I'm scared to go away from Nancy because I have mostly played as Nancy. Each character has their own stats in addition to the board. So basically, the world you have you can walk around it here. You have a handful of things to here, and sometimes little NPCs will walk up here, and you just kind of make noises at each other for the most part. Sometimes there'll be like some little drama playing out. But there's a handful of shops here, like there's the board shop. I have purchased all the boards. I am rich. The school lets you select a character. And then some of these are like extra modes, which we'll look at here in a little bit. And there's Wendy's internet room, which is like an archive of stuff in the game. You can also repaint your boards. So even if a board looks a specific way, you can repaint it to look like something else, basically. So we're just gonna go do another course for now. What's probably most notable about the story mode is you get these really silly cutscenes. So we'll go ahead and play Wendy. You don't get to choose your outfit for these modes. I'm gonna stick with the balance board for now. I'm just best with it. But the outfit is chosen by the course you've chosen. So oh my gosh, we are tiny. So each quest or each race in story mode starts and ends with a story cutscene, and there's no dialogue in them, but it's just all a bunch of like, wah! Well, they're hi, I guess is a technically dialogue, but it's all just goofy stuff like this. Wow. And so this is one of the more less conventional races. There is no snow here. You're basically on like a weird like Hot Wheels style track created by Wendy here, who we are racing as. So let's see. You can do to do tricks. Basically, you just hold down the A button to prompt a jump, and then once you get at the end, you basically flick the stick along with it. It's a little difficult to get used to, so it's like it's not as accessible as Mario Kart. I feel like, because at least in my case, like every time I've tried to, we'll talk about that in a second. But Linda is giving us some trouble there. It's not as easy to do as I think, or at least easy to pick up as like something in Mario Kart, because I don't know, like I've always found that people who I've just started playing the game with sometimes just can't ever figure out how to get the tricks to work properly. So one thing that's interesting is, as you may have saw earlier with Linda there, is that you do have a defense against projectiles. So as you can see what Nancy's doing in front of me, basically she's doing a little grab. So the grabs are like tiny tricks you can do, and you can also do them while you're doing like flips and stuff. And if you do, I don't know if it matters what direction the grab happens, but I basically do a back grab usually. If you grab your board at the same time a projectile hits you, you can basically deflect the projectile back out. There's the parachute one. This one's the awful one. Like, look how much time this wastes. And like, there are some big jumps in this game, and if somebody parachutes you right before that jump, it is awful. So I think we might not have to fight anybody because I think everyone's in. Yeah. So yeah, you can deflect shots back, and there's if you hold on the R trigger, you can see behind you. I've also noticed that some people seem to have trouble with this game with like the split screen thing with the resolution, which I won't be showing you here. But you know, just something to keep in mind if you have people that aren't used to older video games and split screen stuff. But I would say this game, to me at least, you know, I haven't played the entire Nintendo 64 library, but I played a lot of Nintendo 64 games back in the day because I was just, you know, renting from Blockbuster and stuff. I think this is literally a copy that we got from Blockbuster that we bought. Yeah, it says property of Blockbuster on the label over there that I'm looking at. But I've played a lot of 64 multiplayer games, and I feel like this has always been kind of like a top tier one for me. It just feels really good. I don't really have many complaints about it. The course design is really creative. The trick system, you know, it's you may not need to get as many points as I got it. As many points as I go out of my way to get. But there are things that like steal money from the player and stuff, and I think in the single player the money amount also matters in terms of like buying boards and stuff. So it is worth like doing tricks, and then like I said, you need money in order to buy items here. So this is gonna cost like 100 gold or something. So. The most prominent ones I can think of off the top of my head are probably like Diddy Kong Racing outside of Mario Kart 64, and there's actually some similarities to Diddy Kong Racing in this game, specifically with like its boss battles. Oh boy. Oh boy! Ah, I messed up. So yeah, the tornado throws you in the air, and you also drop your item. Oh, that was close. Pretty much every projectile in this game acts like a green shell, where it just bounces off the walls. It's pretty deadly. Final lap. So we might not get the ending cutscene here. I think it only happens if you win, and I am very clearly not winning right now, but it's okay. I mean, the cutscenes are basically all the same. There's some sort of resolution at the end, or some character gets to bully another character or something. You know, I don't remember what this one is with Wendy. It's been a long time, so... Oh, we got more parachutes. Let's see. Maybe we can make a comeback. We got Linda there. They're not that far away, is the thing. But I need to race well here. This Nancy. Parachute her. So we might be able to come back to this. Let's oh well, definitely not messing this up real bad. Oh, there goes Linda. Every projectile does have like a light heat seeking to it, but it doesn't seem like it's very strong. It's not like everyone's a red shell, or it's like pretty guaranteed you're gonna hit your opponent. Let's see if I look out. Ah, bam! I did look out there that the ceiling pushed me down, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna make it. I'm gonna try to get some good drops here real quick. See if we can catch back up. We got a speed boost here. You got a fan. There's also jets, but we lost our fan pretty quickly. Oh man! Oh, that was my last chance to get something. So unfortunately, we are the losers today. But it's okay. So we have fun. It's all good. And then you just do the ceremonial trick into the goal and usually fall over, but I did not fall over in that case. Tommy wins. Alright, so I'll go ahead and show you some of these other modes. They're kind of frivolous. Well, actually, let's actually do a boss fight. I'm going to do really terrible. Let's actually switch back to normal before I do this boss fight. So with the hope that I can let me see. think save and exit is here on the phone. Talk to whatever his name is. I forget what it is. Zach. Let's quit the game. Group here, and then we'll just do normal. Alright. Go back to Nancy, my writer of choice. Check out one of these boss fights. So basically the boss fights are, if you play Diddy Kong Racing, feel very similar. Let's just stick with Jingletown. It's the first boss, hopefully that means it's easy. I remember having a lot of trouble with all these boss fights as a kid though, so I'm not very confident that we will succeed today. But basically, we'll watch this cutscene too, just to show some more of this stuff here. But basically, the boss there'll be bombs on the field, and you want to shoot the boss with bombs before they get to the end of the match or the course. But they move pretty fast. They also will shoot stuff back at you. And I struggled very hard to beat the final boss of this game. Maybe if I was good enough. Use the items on the course to attack Snowman Robot. You will lose if it finishes the course. Okay. So he has his health bar at the bottom down there.
Ready? Go!
You see, he moves pretty quickly. I was trying to do the dinosaur a bit earlier, and then every time you hit him, it looks like he spins, so... Ooh, and he shoots a bunch of snowmen. But you don't want to get in front of him either, because then you can't shoot him. Oh, jeez. Go for it, go for it. This one's actually plenty plentiful on the bomb front. The last one I did not have a lot of bombs. It was like a bomb every like 3 or 4 items, it felt like. So I also have this fan, but I don't know if I want it right now because part of the problem is I'm getting way too close to him at the moment. So going faster isn't going to help me, I don't think. Okay, we'll do it now because he's getting away. So we're doing okay. About halfway through the level. He's about half his health. So, oh, I'm Snowman. Right. I'm actually surprised that those explosions didn't hit me. Usually the explosions also hurt me in this game. I don't know if it's disabled for the boss fights or maybe... Oh, we're almost there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get this boss. Yeah! And I became a snowman at the end to celebrate. So that's pretty much every boss fight. You basically chase down a boss, try to shoot bombs at him, and you need to be able to race on the course while keeping up with them and being able to aim. I never was a huge fan of these boss fights in games like Diddy Kong Racing either, so... But it's fairly minor, and if that looks fine to you, then you don't have to worry about, It is required to progress, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if it does bother you, then maybe it's something to consider. But you'll get past it. I got past it. So there's different modes in here. There's a trick mode. This is basically just like a trick course you can go down and do tricks on, and then it scores you. There's a time limit. I'm trying to remember what the speed course is specifically, but he's sitting in front of it right now. So we'll go shoot cross. This is a skill game. Basically, it's delivering the newspapers to everybody's house, which actually, I like this stage a lot because after you spend enough time with this game, you kind of get close to a lot of these characters, I feel like, and so it is kind of nice being able to see like all their houses on this course, and it will be pretty obvious who has what house, for the most part, at least as you try to understand the story. And Slash is his name, has a hard time of accidentally beating up Linda very often. So that is kind of the joke behind Linda and Slash. Alright. I don't remember who Nancy is as a character really. I think she's just kind of like an airhead a little bit, but it's been a while. So basically your projectiles are replaced by newspapers, and you want to shoot the newspapers in there and don't accidentally miss a bunch. Some of these houses are generic, but then there's Slash's house there, which is, you know, pretty simple, just his hair. Like, what if your house was made of your hair? Who can say? That'd be an interesting world. There'd be a lot of bald homes in the world. Or, I guess, would having a bald home, like a bald head, mean you have, like, no home or no rooftop? Or does it mean you have a solid rooftop? I don't know. Anyways, don't worry about it. And for some reason, the limo needed a newspaper, so I'm guessing somebody lives in there. Doing tricks on this level, probably not that important, but, you know, it's good, all in good fun. You know, if we're worrying about time, it probably was not the best thing to do, but sometimes you just do what feels right, man. So get up in here, little secret area up here. Woo. And this is where the little demon guy lives, all by himself on this hill. It's very sad. And most of the other ones are, oh, dang it. Like, the trick one is pretty straightforward for the most part. Oh, no, I'm stuck. Oh, I remember what the speed one is. It's actually kind of cute, but it is basically just a race, so we actually won't do it. Basically, the speed one is you woke up late and you have to get to school on time, and so you basically race through this area before you try to get to the goal before the time becomes 8:30. So it's just like a way to like recontextualize the situation a little bit. All right, I think we have one more here. Tommy's house, which is a hamburger. You are what you eat, I guess. And we have some extra newspapers here at the end. Ooh. Fell down, but we're okay. I do like that you can look behind you. That's always a bonus in racing games for me. I'm the winner! You got a star. I'm trying to see if there's anything really of note here. Otherwise, we can just maybe just check out another course or something. Yeah, let's just check another course. Linda's very mad right now. Oh no! Oh, we can go to the paint shop here real quick. So yeah, you can see you can go in here. Like balance board. Why is it flames? I don't know. Maybe because I was a weird 12-year-old. What do I like now? Fish.
Is this what you want?
Yes. Thank you. And this is the dog that you can race as. So we recolored our board to be little fishies now. So I'm trying to think if there's anything we want to look at outside of the story mode here. I want to go to Starlight Highway. It's a space level. The space tour. See if we can actually beat a mission this time. Get an ending cutscene. I played a little bit of the original Snowboard Kids as a kid. Great. I don't remember anything about it, honestly. I pretty much am 100% this game in my memory. I'm not sure if that game was 4-player or not, or if it was only 2 players. There's also a Nintendo DS Snowboard Kids that I know is very, very not liked. I think it reviewed pretty poorly. I would like to check it out someday. I haven't gone on my way to look into it. The company makes this, I think they were originally called, let me see if I can have the name here, Rockdim, is now under the name Rockgen, and they're still around today. Looks like they mostly make, you know, as you might expect, mobile games. But they apparently did some work on Ni no Kuni too as well. I'm not quite sure what kind of work they did. So whoops. I'm trying to see if there's anything. Critical Blow, that's a pretty popular fighting game they worked on. Oh, apparently they did some stuff on Final Fantasy Explorers, so I just have their Wikipedia page open here, so I'm not sure how much they actually did on this stuff. It could have been incredibly minor. But it might be worth looking into at some point, see what they're up to. I'm gonna fall in this hole. doing great right at the bat. That little mouse steals your money, so all my money's gone now. And basically somebody else has it now. Oh. But there's a ton of variety in the stages. Most of them are snowy, or like there's a general snow theme to this thing. Like there's no denying that, but there's always goofy stages like this, you know, being on the space. Missed the boost pad there. Too many tricks. I should probably focus less on tricks and more on going fast right now, or slowing everybody down. Although it's kind of a bad time to slow everyone down because they're gonna get on that what's it called soon? The conveyor soon. Oh, it looks like it lasted just long enough though. But on the conveyor, obviously the ghost doesn't affect them. It's always like super satisfying when you get onto the lift. Sorry, not the conveyor, and somebody like drops pans down. All right, we got in. And somebody drops pans down, and the pans don't affect you because you're too busy playing out some animation. Getting all these fans, but the jets are technically better. Okay, we can use it now. Although I think the if you have a fan on, the jet doesn't trigger. But we use up our fan before we get to the next one. I'm actually not sure the best way to get around that corner after I come off that jump. Maybe steal someone's money. I was hoping to get another, what's it called? Parachute is probably my favorite of the items just because you can really screw people over with it. I think this is a nice looking Nintendo 64 game, you know? It's colorful. I think it works with the hardware pretty well. You know, the textures are blurry, but that's just kind of part of what comes with the territory with this system. But you know, for the most part, everybody is pretty I don't know what you'd call it, like a base color kind of thing. They don't have a lot of like textures or details. Everyone has giant noses. Linda's nose is like a big ol' like carrot sticking out of her face. Got her. This little Milky Way area always gives me some trouble. Oh, I missed it. That's okay. So this is like the greatest time to get a ghost because you're gonna basically burn a chunk of this on the actual teleport up here. And it won't, you know, take all of it. You know, we did get a little bit of time earlier where the ghost was still on us, but you know, we got rid of most of it during that process. So, oh, I didn't get the chat. There we go. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to really say about this game, but I think I've pretty much said everything I'm going to. I like it a lot. I think it really holds up today. I think it's still a really good 4-player game from what I have played, but I have heard people think the trick system is has a little bit of a learning curve, and then also that the split screen can be difficult to play in the modern day. Oh, we almost didn't make that. Okay. I think that was a fall back into a pit if we didn't get over that ledge there. We would have fallen down and had to get pulled back out. Ooh. You know, compared to like a 1080 or something, you know, it's just like a fun snowboarding game. Uh-oh, I think Linda's coming. Yep. Oh boy. Okay, that stopped Linda's. Oh, you know how I said this game's kind of like Mario Kart? What if there's just some Mario Kart garbage at the end of this race? Because, oh man, that's definitely what's happening. Tommy, get your big old butt back here. Oh. That's Snowboard Kids too. I like this game a lot. If you like Mario Kart, I highly, highly recommend it. We did get some prize money still for the money I don't need at this point. Let's see who's still here. Let's see who's gonna hang out with us. Anybody? Anybody? Come on, somebody. Somebody! I guess we don't get a goodbye friend. So, that's sad. We'll just have to go back to the internet. If you want to go to Wendy's internet, you can go to onecontrolport.com for more podcasts, articles, all that good stuff. I should probably mention my website more. I think this is the credits, maybe. I don't know what's going on here. Little bunnies. But yeah, onecontrolport.com. That's the website. So if you're interested in it, go there. I have a bunch of random stuff on there between video reviews, podcasts, articles. I do some more newsy kind of things more recently, but it's like everything else on my website, it's usually not quite the newsy stuff other people are doing. I'm talking about weird things like, hey, here's this Japanese daily task manager that has like a cute boy in it, and let's talk about kind of like artificial personalities and stuff in games, looking at like Love Plus, things like that. So yeah, so thanks again for coming, and I hope you have a great week. I forgot to mention this Nintendo 64 game. Bye.